Hello, everyone. It's Empire 333 here with a Venus retrograde reading. So, Venus is going into retrograde from May 13th to June 25th. I thought I'd talk about it because it's very important. It will be important for a lot of you, okay? There are other planets that are going into retrograde, but I won't be touching on those. But I think that for my readers, the best one to focus on at this time is Venus, amongst all the other things, okay? So I'm going to talk about Venus because Venus, okay, is the ruler of partnerships, relationships, love, money, health, and comforts, okay? So the first thing is that at this time, while Venus goes into retrograde, what you need to focus on is your relationship with yourself, self love, how you comfort yourself, how you nurture yourself, how you find peace within yourself. So, some things will come up. There will be emotional triggers at this time. I'm not going to lie because you all know that I'm pretty straightforward with things, but realize if any emotional triggers come up at this time, it's to be fixed and healed and kind of, um, you will be transformed through those experiences, okay? So when it comes to loving yourself, that comes first, and a lot of you will be looking at yourselves in the mirror and realizing all the situations in your life where you weren't loving yourself and you weren't comforting yourself or you weren't taking care of yourself. You will realize that you overly gave to other situations and other people, loving them more than you loved yourself, okay? And this might be hard to experience because you might start blaming yourself for how you were, but this is all coming up for it to be healed, for you to place healthy boundaries of what you give and what you receive, okay? So when it has to do with relationships, in love and in any other type of relationships, in love, I mean in romance or otherwise, okay? This has to do with, you're going to be asking yourself, because retrogrades are all about reflection. So you will be asking yourself, like, how do I show up in relationships? How do I show up? What are my dynamics? What patterns do I keep repeating in relationships that keep getting me the same type of person, like the same type of romantic person type? Or the same type of situation that I keep going through. Like, why do people keep leaving me? Why do people keep being mean to me? Why do people gaslight me? There's so many things that people go through, and this is about you looking within yourself and seeing what your love language is. What are you putting out? What type of love are you putting out? And that starts with what type of love you're giving yourself, going back to self-love, okay? So you're going to be questioning that, and you're going to ask yourself a lot of things of like, why didn't this relationship work out, really? Okay? And when you go within and you question yourself, it's about you taking ownership and responsibility of how you show up in relationships. Because what we tend to do is, if like a relationship, any type, romantic or otherwise, doesn't work out, we tend to blame the other person. But you are the basis of your environment, okay? You are the outcome or the manifestation of what your environment is. And now when Venus goes retrograde on May 13th, pretty soon, you will realize you will have these 40 days of trial that, it's going to feel like a trial for some of you. It's going to feel like a test, because that's what it is. It's about you going inside, you taking the time to actually go inside and reflect and realize all the things that you are putting out there, because whatever you're putting out there, into the universe, and whatever you're giving yourself, that is what you're manifesting. So it's kind of like you should take advantage of this time to do all that, because it needs to be fixed and healed. And so you show up in a different way next time, because you can transform during this time, and you can transform for the better. Okay. And this also asks you to release any like unhealthy belief patterns you have about relationships. Now, some of you have belief patterns that you've been holding on to about relationships that are not serving you. Okay. It's not serving you in, if you want a commitment. Okay. This is for those of you who want a commitment. If you want a commitment from someone and you are holding on to belief patterns about how a relationship should be or how a dynamic should be, this will be the focus also for you. So really focus on what your belief patterns are and where they have been getting you or where they haven't been getting you, okay? The other thing is having compassion for yourself, and that's through self-love, of course, but having compassion for the person who it didn't work out with, okay? Seeing things in a different way, where having compassion for yourself and your situation that kept you from having that relationship from your person, and vice versa from that other person's perspective also, okay? Because you are going to be emotionally triggered. You might be feeling changes and feelings at this time. Things are going to come up, guys, but it's all for the positive. It's all for it to be healed and fixed and mended. Any broken hearts of people it's a great time to work on that, work on your healing practices, okay? And now let's get into money, because you're going to be forced to look at how how you make money at this time. What are you doing to make it? Are you satisfied in whatever job you're doing? Are you satisfied in the career you have chosen for yourself? Are you too comfortable in a sense where it's like you go to work, you don't like what you do, but you're just doing it for the paycheck, or you're doing it because you don't want to step out of your comfort zone, because it might mean that you have to make necessary changes within you or within your lifestyle to get what you want. So it's really about you asking yourself, do you feel lack when you're at your job? Do you feel that, or what your relationship with money is? Like, do you have a good relationship with money? Or is it that, how do you see money? Okay, that's the first thing, because money is energy, okay? It's not anything else. And some of you look at money in a negative perspective, but these are your belief patterns about money too that you need to let go of. And this is for people who are not, successful and maintaining their success when it comes to money, okay? Because Venus will help you with that. So this is about what financial security means to you, because it could mean something different to you than someone else. Somebody can say, oh, this is what wealth is, but for you, wealth is different. So this is about you looking at how your relationship with money is. Some of you at this time will be prepared to let go of certain ideas, belief patterns, and whatnot, because Venus is really good with helping you create and transform. So some of you might end your job. Some of you might transform into a new job, into a new career. And Venus in retrograde will help you realize these things, will help you with the creativity of that. But once you heal all the belief patterns, like, let those go, okay? Create new belief patterns about what money is, what money means to you, and therefore you're healing whatever those patterns are, okay? This has a lot to do with creative work, and some of you will be moving into creative jobs, into creative careers, or you will have that creative spark once you do that. So you might even start a new business. You might change your business plan at this time, okay? So this is like the next 40 days. That's what will be going on. And also, yeah, so business plans, like I said, business plans might be changing for you, or some of you, whoever has this idea or project, it's kind of like a makeover, okay? When it goes into health, I'm going to get into health too, because Venus represents health also, because it's comfort, right? And when you're healthy, you're comfortable, you are feeling good. So some of you so one more thing. When Venus is in retrograde, when it has to do with money, don't overindulge. Don't shop. Don't go on crazy shopping sprees, even if you have the money, okay? It's not a good time to buy anything that looks nice or that is luxurious, or so don't overindulge in that. This is not the time to do that. Also, just a side note before I continue on and get into the health, do not get any aesthetic work when Venus is in retrograde. This is very important, okay? Do not get, those of you who dye your hair, it's fine. You do your nails a certain way all the time. It's like if you do the same thing, it's okay. But don't pick like a new color for hair dye. Do not drastically change the way that you look, okay? Make sure that you don't have any surgeries, any aesthetic procedures done, like fillers, Botox, whatever it is, when Venus is in retrograde. Okay, guys? So let's get into the health. Some of you might have like some type of health issues coming up at this time, and it has to do a lot with your emotional body. Okay, so this will go back to how you love yourself, the self-love, the comfort you give yourself. And this also has to do with healing yourself, okay? And that's the way you heal yourself, is you start to love yourself, okay? And some of you are going through like, you will be asked, it's like you won't be asked. I feel like your intuition will tell you, hey, you know what? You need to sleep earlier at night. And, you shouldn't be eating this because this is not good for you. Or, even when it has to do with weight, for some of you, you're going to have some issues when it has to do with weight. But if you have those things where it comes up like pains, which has to do with emotional bodies and not like a very disease or underlying issue, keep in mind that at this time, it's like you're being asked to focus on eating clean foods, natural, organic, drinking plenty of water, because even though Venus does not have water right now, it does represent water. The planet Venus does represent water. So some of you have to really drink a lot of water, purified water, maybe drink extra water, because you might forget to drink it. You don't want to get dehydrated, because when you get dehydrated, some other issues will come up like kidney, bladder infections, and things of that sort. So make sure you're hydrated, because it's also cleansing. So if you're doing any type of purification or cleansing, healing, then you need to drink more water also, okay? Stay away from a lot of caffeine. I know that caffeine is good. I know a lot of you love it. I do too. I really like caffeine. I'm not a non-caffeine person, but try not to have too much at this time when Venus is in retrograde, okay? Stay away from too much caffeine. And the other thing is, get plenty of rest at this time, and this will help you navigate through all the energies you will be feeling. And all of you who are doing any type of, like I said, healing practices. Oh, and what they're saying is, when it comes to water, the cleansing, not only consume it, try to make a ritual out of, your showers or taking baths at this time, which will really help you with the energies that you might be feeling, okay? So, guys, I hope this has helped you in some way. If it has, give me a like and subscribe if you already haven't. I am continuing all my zodiac love readings right now, and I will be posting them throughout the week. I wish you all the best, and I hope that this Venus retrograde will really help you fix a lot of the issues you've been having and the lack you've been feeling in your life, because this has a lot to do with all the things like I said: wealth, money, love, what your love language is, what love you're receiving and giving to others, and also passions, okay? New beginnings that are about to come to the forefront if you do, and if you do the work to navigate throughout this time. A lot of good things. And here we have Lord Venus, which is the Empress energy, and loving yourself and manifesting all the love that you deserve, okay? But loving yourself first is the most important thing. Nurturing yourself always, okay? Taking care of you, because as you take care of you, the universe takes care of you. Spirit comes in and knows, because when you know you deserve all the good things in life, all the things you want, then Spirit agrees with you, okay? It's kind of like manifestation. They help you more, okay? So I wish you all the best, guys. I will see you all soon. Take care. Have a beautiful day, and happy Venus retrograde. I know some good things are going to come out for you all. Take care. Bye.